Welcome to Inbox with Julia Cosby. On this episode, we're joined with Mugabi, personal trainer specialist, parkour athlete, fitness blogger, and mind and body specialist. I feel like your title has barely scratched the surface of what you do. You work at some of the most unique gyms and even train at some of the most unique gyms in Toronto. There's Pursuit, Monkey Vault. Tell me about that.
I do like to work out at the Monkey Vault. Pursuit is actually where I teach a lot of my classes currently. Actually, I have my mobility class that happens throughout the week, so Mondays and Thursdays. Little plug there. I try to pick spaces that are very that are very unique in terms of what they offer in regards to the spacing, in terms of like the classes, in terms of the teaching style, teaching methods, all that kind of stuff.
That's one of the biggest spaces. Both of those are two of the biggest spaces.
Yeah, Pursuit is it's a newer space. It's about a year old now, actually. We just celebrated the anniversary this past October.
Okay.
And it's a great space, really big space. It's a giant adult-sized playground. Really great spot. Really
Do you find
space.
that you have a lot of New Year's resolutioners coming in, especially around this time?
Yeah, that tends to be the general trend when it comes to personal training, fitness, even rehab as well, where you see that a lot of people sort of take up that interest of improving themselves in one way or another. Obviously, from a physical standpoint, Pursuit does kind of offer a lot more, or it offers a different perspective in fitness. So we do see a lot of people sort of looking at their goals and saying, hey, I want to get fit, but like I don't want to be stuck in weight training, or I don't want to be stuck in doing the typical, morning jog, that sort of thing. So the space is really designed to be a little bit more explorative in the different methods and ways that you can be fit.
I can imagine that a lot of people have unrealistic fitness goals who come in, who have New Year's resolutions. How are you helping them as a coach to keep their New Year's resolutions?
I think the biggest thing is that a lot of people will set goals that are just a little too lofty. So they set something like, something really, really high, very unattainable, and they'll expect to have it happen within a short amount of time.
Like they're 200 pounds and they want to be 120?
Yeah, exactly. So something like that,
Yes.
And they'll expect that within like a month or like within the first 2 weeks, something like that.
That's a pretty good workout.
Yeah, so I mean, that's a lot of fasting, a lot of a lot of that kind of stuff. But in any case, I mean, one thing that I try to help them recognize as a coach is that you do want to make sure that you are setting goals, and if you are setting goals, setting them within shorter time spans, or having something that is smaller achievements or smaller landmarks to achieving those goals. So like first step maybe even just like setting foot in the gym, or setting yourself in a space where you're able to eat a healthier meal and that sort of thing. And then from there, start working step by step into what your New Year's resolutions may be.
What is SMART?
So SMART is an acronym that would be used a lot of times for goal setting. And so you're looking at setting a goal that's specific, making sure that it is measurable in some way or form, making sure that it's attainable, it's realistic, and it's set within a good amount or within a realistic time.
And
as
you
well.
use this in fitness?
Yeah, so something that you see very common in fitness. It's something that I have recommended in the past to some of my personal training clients. And just in general, it's a good sort of way to, if you are using goal setting as a means for sort of measuring your training, or sort of keeping track of your training. On the other side of it though, there are some people that feel that goal setting isn't the best method for a lot of people.
Why not?
Just because...
Wouldn't that be ideal, or would it be more measurements?
It's a good chunk of your fitness success. One thing for me, like I'm not actually a specialist when it does come to meal plans. A lot of times I'll actually deflect that to a nutritionist or someone who's a dietitian who has expertise in that sort of knowledge. But a lot of times what I'll do is if people are struggling with their meals, I will give them general guidelines to go by.
I know that you've actually done some online fitness with, what was it, Fiverr?
Fiverr.
Fiverr?
Fiverr. Yeah, so
would you recommend that for a New Year's resolutioner? Starting out, online training.
For somebody that's just starting out with personal training, it's probably not the best thing to start off with. You'd probably want to start off having a coach with you having you there one-on-one and just making sure that you are going through everything correctly, be it with your nutrition, the physical side of things, just encouragement as well. It's a lot better to have that coach there with you and sort of.
We're talking about realistic goals and planning realistic goals. You're talking about don't make a goal that's not realistic. What would you recommend for people thinking about being at a certain measurement or being at a certain weight? Would you recommend them thinking about that or considering that when they're working out, or just to go right at it?
As you're doing this process, as you're going through the program, are you feeling energized? Are you feeling stronger? Are you noticing that there's certain ease with different activities, such as going up a set of stairs, that sort of thing? And you want to start off with going with that feeling beforehand, and then from there you can start focusing a little bit more on the numbers. So seeing how whether you're getting heavier or lighter on the scale.
Well, what's your motivation?
Just being in a space or an environment with a lot of people that are very like-minded or have very similar fitness goals as me. So a lot of the stuff I do
bigger, faster, stronger.
Exactly, yeah. So I like to try to work with people that are either at the same level as me or are much higher than me in that regard. So, yeah.
Well, perfect. You will actually be showing me some moves when we get back.
Number 1 multicultural channel. This is TAG TV.